continuing? Do I continue on them or
Yeah,
how far you with your program?
I cannot hear you, Phil.
I'm saying how far are you with your program?
Far enough, but you play the video?
The videos are working on how far. They're fine. There's no lags or anything like that.
Is that a joke or what?
Bro, are you not seeing or listening to the videos? Can you hear the sound or?
No, I cannot hear the sound, but I can see the
Uh huh.
video. It's getting stuck for sure.
Look. No, no, look. There's no stuck at all. I wouldn't just lie to you about that. Okay, now you got it.
Okay, so you don't see that the motion of that guy is. No or yes?
No, bro, the video is playing perfect.
Open YouTube. So you don't see the video is stuck. I mean, do I need?
Yeah,
You don't
I
see
think
that it's.
you're just speaking.
No, just
You're
let me.
picking on me at this.
But tell me the truth. Do you see that or
I
not?
swear. No. Let me share the sound. How do I share just my thing so you see the sound and the guy's lips and everything so that maybe you're gonna feel comfortable. How do I share the sound on this thing? I only share that one tab, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Get paid. Why is my man talking about inshallah? These times he
Jesus.
don't even pray. Why is my man wearing a Jesus piece? How does she squeezing them jeans? In a petite waist. Take time with a G.
There. There.
No.
Nobody like GP.
Now it's changed.
No, it's just
Now it's changed, huh? Now all of a sudden, now it's changed. Now it's what? Man, this computer, man. This internet doesn't like it. Now it's acting up all of a sudden. You better shouldn't even have shared the sound because that was worse than the other one. So,
I believe I'm on something when you're the hiring social media. But yeah.
that's, you can find 1,000 reasons, but it's still not gonna change the fact that it's still lagging.
Let me share it.
Yesterday it was worse. Today is better, but it's still the same.
Check this out. Let me know.
you talking to me?
Yeah, I've shared this up to video
Sure,
so you can see from there.
sure.
You know, so that's the important.
For a round hole. And you'll hear me say that, and I'm very transparent about that. And you
Okay,
need to lead
so
with
pause it a
transparency
second.
and honesty. We're not.
All right. What do you want us to judge? You want us to judge the sound, the video, or both?
But
Okay, we'll start with the sound. We'll go to the video. Or you want to start with the video and then do the sound then both? Which one do you want to start with?
I'm sharing in both at the same time. So you
but
can see the
you want
guys
me,
actually.
you want me to give you a critics first based on sound or video or both? Where do you want to start first?
Both, everything.
Okay, so
everything.
what do you want me to start first? Do you want me to start to critic the sound first or the video first?
Both. Simultaneous at the same time.
Sure. To play.
Car salesman.
Okay, the video is
By the
stuck.
way, this isn't transactional.
That's it.
Many of my deals come from the same agents over and over again because I'm building.
That's it.
lifelong
I mean, if you're on board, the video is stuck.
Oh,
The guy is a robot talking. The sound is gone too.
can y'all hear
Bro,
me?
you cannot hear, or am I seeing the different things than you're seeing? You're saying the video is stuck, like it's constantly playing on mine. Is it stuck on the screen share, or what do you see right now? I've changed the video position. What can you see?
I see the Brad guy.
The guy with the closest cafe with green behind?
Yes.
Okay, I'll play it. Is he stuck or is he moving?
His mouth is slowly moving. It's stuck.
He's not moving. Now it's started up.
Sure. Yeah.
Why was it not moving?
I'll send a text. Do you mind just
He was not talking.
Okay, the sound is gone. We continue playing.
requesting a line just so I can just kind of just have the keep track of everything?
Yeah, 100%. I'll shoot one
The
in
video is
after we get off
stuck.
this call, and then I'll also text you my contact.
The sound is
information.
still going, but the video is stuck.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Is the
He's not
video
moving on your end.
is the video stuck?
No.
Okay, take your phone, take your WhatsApp video, and then I'll check the WhatsApp video.
Okay.
If the issue is. So whenever let me know when you start playing it.
Unmute and then.
I'm starting now.
Sure. So refresh the browser. Can you refresh the browser?
Okay. Should I play?
Yeah. Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. So he's not saying anything.
There's no need for this, man. You just need to make sure your internet is working the other one. What happened now?
He's not doing anything.
Why is he not doing
Bro, he's
anything?
not doing anything.
He's not doing anything
He's typing. No, like, seriously.
because
Wait, okay, let me wait. I'm on the same. I'll just the guy is typing like okay, let's listen here.
It kind of sucks, but you know, the guy stepped.
Are you recording your video?
Stepped on the ground, and so they basically said, "All right, well, we don't want to go forward, but not a big deal."
Yeah.
I do believe you can rent. I see rentals in there all
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
So it's not enforced by the HOA. I wouldn't recommend going in.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Continuing the video on WhatsApp. Video is coming.
Okay, do you know that you went off and came back?
You did, man, Joseph, bro. I mean, bro, you did it. Even say Joseph left this meeting and then you reconnected.
Okay.
Yeah, I was stuck on the same thing.
Sure.
I was saying the video. They left this meeting.
Sure.
Okay. So check the WhatsApp. See, the first guy was not talking in the beginning. He was on his computer, and the second guy was actually speaking throughout, where someone was speaking in the back end and he was on the phone. Mm, 1 second, it's almost there. I'm using my phone. And okay, double check. Did he come to them? So he's not saying anything. He's not doing anything yet, right? Bro, he's not doing anything. He's typing Joseph now, like, seriously, I think. Wait, okay, let me, wait. I'm on the same. The guy is typing, like, okay, this is better.
Kind of sucks, but, you know, the guy stepped on his step in the ground. So,
I'm recording everything.
said, all right, well, we don't want to go forward. That's not a big deal. I believe you can rent IP rentals in there. It's not forced by the HOA. I wouldn't recommend going in with a short-term rental because if people are aware that that can be problematic.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Especially, I thought that's have an HOA and usually.
Okay, it's a little bit better. I mean, it's a little bit better than what I'm seeing from my end. So there's another thing also. That means your Google is not sending enough data to me to see it.
This I don't know is about Google Meets, because remember yesterday I was telling, like you said you're sharing your screen. I was telling you on your end, like, hey, I can't see your screen. Why can I not see your screen?
No,
so I don't know.
That issue is not. It's not in relation to Google Meet. It's in relation to the ability of the internet. Probably it's not being able to, like, it's using too much bandwidth when it's on Google Meet, so it becomes slower. And if you want to prove this, you can join on your phone and on your computer and see what's happening, how you're seeing your own computer from your phone. If you want to prove what I'm telling you.
So how do I fix that?
It's just that your internet is not able to transmit. So if you want to prove that, just share your own sound on your own computer and join from your phone and see how you see your computer.
Okay. Download the movie. Let me cancel. Okay, I've closed all other tabs and everything. There was a torrent downloading. Maybe that could have been the issue. Do you see it better? Brother.
Yeah. I don't see anything on here. I see you.
You can see now? So let's move forward a bit.
I think the deal well, I know the deal that's being offered right now is 305.
Okay. Okay.
That would be, we'll see, the bank had counted back on offer number one
You see better?
at 320. And I told him, not gonna happen, buddy. Market's not paying 320 for this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of work. And,
Yeah, definitely.
So the
we'll
screen
see
is
if
still getting
305 is
stuck.
the agreeable number, and if it is, then you can take it down.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Well, I
I mean, it's fine. You just have to get your internet to, we're not gonna work. Just have to fix your internet. I don't know. You say it's coming out and out. You're saying the same thing yesterday, today, no updates. So that's really on you. I cannot do anything on that end. I cannot go to talk to the guy.
Yeah, but I can see everything clearly. Like you can see, like you can hear me clearly. I can see everything clearly. There's no lag.
Sure, but you're not working alone, correct?
Yeah, true. What do I do now? So do we wait for it or?
Why can't you push on the internet stuff? Like, what can they push?
Well, they already made the connections. Like they did everything on the connections. So like, there's nothing that I can do by wait because they've done their job. Like they came, they did the connection. They just said it's just gonna need to stabilize. It needs time to stabilize. That's it. So, there's nothing I can call them. I can go there, but there's nothing extra that they can do. But wait for it to stabilize like I am. This is the issue.
Yeah, but those stuff don't get stabilized magically,
Mm.
Like, I don't see the logic. The logic of like, usually they say takes minutes sometime to, on the other end, like on other internet, is because, I could be wrong, but it's because they have to get your document stuff approved and many things they have to like register, and then once everything is set up, then it starts working, then it's working.
Mm.
Or they have to restore, sync the systems and stuff like that, then it's working. But the fact that it's going in and out has no logical sense. Apart from the fact that there's something faulty in the
Connection.
the connection, yeah. You should ask them once and probably get a refund. Tell them to refund. They'll work on it if you tell them to refund. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm talking from my perspective here. Maybe things are much more privileged here. You can just go and complain. If you complain, they won't even listen to you. So, I don't know. But the only thing I know is that, like, if let's say I say, okay, let's do it this way. Okay, let's just force it. First, it will be a lot of lag. That means I'll either have to, like, we're watching a video that's getting stuck again. Okay, let me say I'm forcing myself to just do it anyways. Sometimes I don't hear the word. We have to repeat it again. Like, it's just a whole lot mess. And again, it's not. I would rather do something else at that time that's more productive on my end.
I see.
It doesn't make sense for me to force something at this point. And I'll be like, it's almost like I'll be kind of, I don't know, like kind of forced, but again, I'll be perpetrating a bad behavior, like I said yesterday. Like I'll be perpetrating and no internet is okay. coming late is okay. I'll be perpetuating no network is okay. I'm perpetuating you going to work at your friend's place is okay. Like all that stuff, you know, I'm making it okay, which is not okay.
Alright, okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. I think okay, what I can do, I guess, I'm gonna give you this one day. Yeah, today you can just watch the videos yourself. You'll be here and try to review them. But tomorrow, if you cannot fix it, I guess just like, there's no need. Just skip that day and then move to another day. Not today. Let's put it on. Tomorrow, if you cannot fix it, I mean, there's nothing more I can. I think if I let you go tomorrow, then another day to be like, okay, it's usual, Joseph. The internet's not there. It's okay. It's usual. Then another day will continue. Then another day will continue. Of course, like at this point, like it'll be like, okay, Joseph, why don't you force yourself to watch that video? It's like, don't you want to succeed? Yeah, I do. But again, there's some things that, you know, there's some principles that if you keep on doing them, then it just penetrates forever. It's almost like there's certain things, and this again, at the end of the day, it's not me coming here with a bad internet, and I'm not trying to put the blame on anybody, but it's not me coming. The problem is you coming with the problem, so you have to fix that problem.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
If it was if it was on my end, let's say for example for me, I didn't have the bad internet, I would just I would know there's two options. There's either I take the loss and say like, okay, this is my fault, I'm gonna face full consequences. What I have to do is make sure I get a good internet, or I can go and fight with the internet authority and make sure they fix this problem. I sleep at the office or something. I mean, that's just on my side. But I wouldn't put that on somebody else. Like, I wouldn't come here and inconvenience. Let's say if you were my boss, I wouldn't come here and inconvenience you because I know the fault was mine. You know.
Yeah.
That's just me. But again, I think you feel the same way. It's not even productive, because you have to look at it from a productive standpoint. Like 1 hour spent trying to do 10 minutes work because the other minutes were taken away by the internet, that's 50 minutes lost or 40 minutes lost. So it's not productive, rather than using that to do something that's more productive. So at this point today, I'm going to give it like an okay. So okay, just continue doing, because you can maybe productively, let's say you can just watch the videos and learn something, and at least it propels the business forward. And my end, I can get that time to do something else, which helps me propel forward, or helps the business propel forward. But like working us together, which what our plan was this week is to kind of do role plays and analysis, and then maybe next week role plays too and analysis, and then after that start calling the agents. Okay. But that cannot happen. Like the role play and analysis cannot happen if we're worried about you going off and the internet coming back again, or it being slow, or maybe me not hearing you. That's not even before you start making calls, because calls takes bandwidth too. So maybe what if in the middle of the call hangs up or something like that. So like this has to be solved. Like, yeah. So I think today, just continue with the videos. Tomorrow, if you don't solve it, I guess you just give yourself a day off and let me know, and until we're able to settle it.
All right.
I think that's fair. When you asked them, what did they say?
They said I should just wait for it. It's gonna work fine.
Did you tell them, when did you call them last?
Today, I called them earlier on today. Maybe around 14, 15. Only thing is it's 19 right now, so 18. So even if I call them, they're closed. Doesn't like nothing is gonna be resolved.
Yeah, because you said they're supposed to work after 2 days. Did you tell them that they're supposed to work after 2 days, and they told
I
you?
told them you guys connected it on Thursday. They told me by Friday, Saturday max it will be working. Today is Tuesday. I'm still experiencing the same thing.
And they said you wait.
Yeah, they said that was yes. And then I told them yesterday. I called yesterday. It actually didn't come on Saturday. It came yesterday, but it was going in and out. Today is the same thing. They said it just might be instability, but it should stabilize probably today. But still the same thing.
Got it. Did you mention that you're using it for work?
Of course I did.
What did they say?
Bro, they said it's gonna stabilize. Like that didn't change anything. They said I should just wait for it. It's gonna stabilize. They just apologized, I guess.
Did they give you did you ask them, in case this continues, are you able to get a refund?
100%. I should be able to get a refund because I've not used the service, so I should be able to get a refund.
Did you mention that though? I think you didn't.
No, they give refunds. They give refunds, so I don't even need to mention that. That's given. Like they have to do that. They cannot say no.
Yeah, but saying that at that point would help them, would make them look into the issue more. Like right now, do you think somebody's looking at it? Maybe, maybe not. But if you mention like the consequence, hey, I'm about to lose my job because of this, I would definitely need a refund and reimbursement for my time. They would say they would have somebody, you know, and the companies that work is in terms of priority. Like, is this, for example, if electricity, if internet completely goes out for everybody, right? That's top priority. They make it top priority. If it goes down for a certain section, they make it again top priority. If it's just one person, they don't really care. I mean, if you just experience one person, but if you put like, let's say I'm gonna, let's say like file a lawsuit, and you guys pay me money, they'll make it top priority. You tell them that, yeah, I'm gonna cancel my membership, and tell everybody that I don't. I mean, not to threaten them, but just tell them that the consequences. Hey, you know, you promised me this, I this, and now I'm about to lose my job. They'll, at least at the human level, they will know that, hey, yeah, I mean, I also work, so I feel that, so let me put them on priority. I mean, it just depends on how you. I don't know the person, like your interaction was, but it depends on how you position it.
Okay.
Anyways, all right. So I'll let you continue. I'm gonna be here.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Any questions?
Appreciate it, and I'm gonna text you over my information. And like I said, if that burnt property,
Philip, you can stop
need
sharing.
someone to snatch it up quick.
I think you're sharing it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can hear it and I cannot. I think you just can listen to it yourself.
Video for you.
said sorry.
No problem.
What do you say? How do you say?
Excuse me.
No, but what was the thing that I did?
Burped.
Burped, yeah, burped. Excuse me. Man, I'm planning to house hack, man. I'm looking into
What?
this to do house hacking. So I just finished this book about house hacking. And as you know, like in everybody, let me show you something. So a person, like a regular person, any human being, has 3 top expenses. Can you guess what those are?
Rent, utilities, and health.
Yeah, but you
I'd put food and health as like pa.
You said rent? Let me write them down.
Rent, utilities, and either food or health, like healthcare.
Food, and healthcare. So 4 things. Which one is the top most?
Rent, utility, and food. Those 3.
Rank them.
Huh?
If you were to rank them, how would their order be?
Rent 1. Utility. No, food 1. Rent 2. Utilities 3.
Okay. And health is you're gonna take your health away?
I'll put at number 4 because I mean, if you're eating healthy, you probably don't need to pay for like. I mean, that's a bonus. Like if you're paying for like insurance or anything, but like if you're eating healthy, you can go without like insurance cover or those kind of things.
Okay, so let's put this in how when you're in Turkey, because right now your situation is different. When you're in Turkey, how much are you paying for food a month?
Oh, I can't recall, man. Maybe 2,000 liras.
2,000 liras. That's how much per week? Divide that per week, it's like 500.
500 per week.
So
Yeah.
per day you are spending about, divide by per day, about 170? 70-ish?
Yeah, maybe like 80-ish. About 80-ish.
80? Okay. Is that fair? Like 80 per day? Man, that's a lot in times when I was in Turkey, right? When I was in Turkey, 80 lira a month. You spend 80 lira, you go to Bean and buy 80 lira mean Godson or food, like some stuff.
For 80 lira, you can't even buy like a chicken, like a full chicken with 80 lira. You can't even buy that.
For real?
Yeah, a chicken right now is like 200 and something. Just like a full chicken.
You gotta be joking.
I swear, like right now, I think.
Dude, that's crazy. Because I remember.
I used to tell you, but you're not believing when I say. Like right now, the minimum wage in Turkey is probably, I think I heard like 17,000 or something like that. Like,
So minimum wage, how many chickens can you buy with minimum wage? 285.
I don't know because like the price could have changed since I left.
Not bad.
Like.
Yeah, so the wage went up.
Yeah, so you see right now it's 17,000 per 17,000 lira per month. That's the minimum wage in Turkey.
Okay, because I remember 200 in Turkey was. Let me remember my expenses. Because I don't think you remember your time when I was there. But I think it's probably around.
But then remember this. When we were there, the dollar was like maybe 1 to 2. Now the dollar is 1 to 27. You see, so you need to think
27.
about that.
27.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was there
Yeah.
the first time, it was 1 to 1.1, 1.2. The time when I left Tanzania, the first time I left Tanzania, it was around 1.5, 1.3, 1.3, like 1.3. So like you get
So just check
$100.
1 to 32. It's 1 to 32 actually.
Yeah, because I remember my parents never sent me more than $400 a month.
I remember even me, they used to send me like 250 man.
Yeah, and then you would live at Abi's places, so Abi houses, and then the only expense I remember like $10, 10 lira, we were able to get food at Gadi's.
Lunch.
10, 15, yeah.
Exactly, we'd get lunch. Yeah, you're right.
10, 15 lira, but now 250 for chicken. That's crazy.
That's crazy. People are suffering, yeah.
Yeah, but they're getting more money paid, I guess, too.
Not really, bro. Like 17,000. So I mean, 17,000 is what? 17,000.
That's 4,000.
Yeah, the minimum wage is 525, about 521 right now.
What do you mean 521? 5,021?
Dollars. $521.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it depends.
Yeah, but even housing cost, I hear houses that go for 25,000, 30,000
so,
right now.
So how much were you paying? So food was 2,000. How much were you paying for rent? Divided
Rent,
like
I
your
was
share.
paying 8,000. That brings it to about 10,000.
So 8,000 rent.
8,000.
So how are you putting food first in front of rent?
No, in Turkey it's different. In Turkey I had to put rent first. Like I had to get a roof over my head. Like I can't sleep outside.
Even if you were in Zambia, I think it would be the same.
I mean, why I say food is more important.
If you're in
Don't eat, you die. You know, you can stay in a hostel. You can stay in like with someone. You can squat. You know, so your rent cost, like you can manage it. But like with the food, if you can't find that,
Man,
bro.
I need to teach you a thing or two. It's the same, because food. If you cannot find, if you have so let's say if you put rent second, right, and then food first. Yeah, it like in terms of basic needs, yes, it's first, but that means anything you work on, if you put it on food, I don't know how can I say this. It's money. At the end of the day, it's the same amount of money.
Okay.
Because you're saying like if you don't have food, I think if you don't have food,
You die, bro.
You
You
die.
die, man. Like,
But if you don't have a place to live, let's say where are you gonna live? Like let's say today your parents kick you out, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Let's say today your father comes in, says, Philip, I'm done with you. You've stolen the tuition fees money. We're gonna kick you out
I
of
can
the
sleep
house.
at a friend's place. I can sleep at a friend's place.
Okay, you go to your friend. How long do you think you can stay at your friend's place?
Maybe a month, 2.
Okay, and so you'll be at your friend's place, so you would have. What about food?
Food I can contribute. You see, like food. Like if I have money for food, I can find money to contribute for food. I was staying there, but I won't pay him the rent.
Okay, so you're saying like immediately you suffer if you don't have food, but
For sure, bro. Like a human being, after like 2-3 days of no eating, what happens, man? You're gonna die.
so let's say your friend says no, they don't want you to come into the house. You have another place.
A relative.
Okay. But what about the food? You can also eat at your like same thing, right? If you don't have food to eat at your place, you can always eat at your friends. You can always at your relatives. That's weird.
But wait, true. I can. Yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe they're powerful, but I don't know. But like, they're both really important things. Like healthcare comes like, but they're both like really important things.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're the basic things. And clothes, I guess when we learned when we were young, it was like food, health, and clothes and shelter, health, shelter. Like you still need the clothes. So, anyways, that's not my point. Yeah, they're both important, but the cost of it.
Okay.
I guess the amount, what is more expensive? How would you rate it? Which one takes
Rent
a
is
lot
more
of your budget?
Rent.
Rent. Okay, so rent was 8,000, and then it comes. What's the next one?
Utilities.
Isn't utilities part of the rent? I think it is usually
No.
with the rent.
Separate.
How much you used to pay for
So let me
utilities?
put, bro. Let's add another 1,000. So you can put rental cost at 9,000 instead.
Okay. So rental costs at 9,000. Because rent would would match with utilities most of the times. If you're paying rent, it depends on the utilities will depend on the rent area. Like some areas
Yeah.
the utilities will be. So rent and then food 2,000. Transport.
I didn't really have much of a transport cost. Maybe because I used to stay home most of the time. I was doing my thesis, so I didn't really go to school. So I didn't move every day. But maybe if I move on the weekends, maybe 150, maybe 600 on transport.
Okay, 600 on transport. And then so that goes to food first, rent first, food second, transport the third. Okay, so now I wanted to make a point. I guess I went too far off, but there's a couple of things when you're. So there's two books I read from Bigger Pockets. You know Bigger Pockets?
Yeah, the real estate thing.
Yeah. So the Bigger Pockets is like a marketplace. It's almost like kind of sub two-face community, but it's just nationwide. It's it's the biggest real estate investing community in America. And
Okay.
like every real estate investor probably knows Bigger Pockets or is in Bigger Pockets or whatever. So they have a marketplace, they have books they're selling, they have publishers, they don't have movies, but they have podcasts and all that kind of stuff. So there's this book, there are two books I just read recently from Bigger Pockets. One is Set for Life and the other one is House Hacking. So I read Set for Life. It's basically how to start from zero to go to financially free. And you know the definition of financially free basically means like when you're
No rent.
not rent really, but when like how much do you spend in a month roughly yourself?
Ish, bro. I don't spend
In
much.
Turkey, let's say in
Like
Turkey,
my
in Turkey you said you had 8,000, 9,000 rent, 1,000 9,000 rent, 600 transport, 2,000 utilities, so that would be about 11,600, right? So if you had 11,600 in Turkey, you would be like if somebody was to pay you like you had a godmother or guardian and they were giving you 11,600 for the rest of your life, you would be essentially financially free.
True. But not yet because I wouldn't. Now you've not added like. I feel financial freedom is like you don't have to not have to worry about anything, but you also need to add those leisure activities. Remember, I haven't even added leisure activities over it. I've not added clothing. I've not added,
You know what? You know somebody by the way they answer their questions. The first thing you added is leisure activities.
Yeah, like I mean, if I'm financially free, it means that I'm not working for my thing, and I need to like enjoy my time. You know? Like,
Cool. So let's say 11,600 will make you live without having to worry, correct?
True.
And that is financial freedom. That's the definition of like you're financially free. Now, if for example for me, like if let's say transfer it to my situation, if I had 11,600 in my situation, I'll be financially free. That means I can sleep today till the end of December and not do anything and not have to worry. You get what I'm saying? So that means I'm financially free. Like I can live for 5 years and just sit at this TV and just decide to do something, or I can decide to take that time and maybe just start making just calls and fail and not worry about going outside, like not worry about anything. So that's the definition of financial freedom. But what you're talking about, yeah, of course. Now, why is that important? Because that gives me the time to go and let's say if I want to now concentrate on real estate, I can make extra money on real estate. But whatever money extra I make, now I can either use that for leisure, or I can use that to invest more and get more money. So instead of 11, now I can increase it to 12,000, whatever. Now I think what you're talking is right. So yeah, you can add some leisure activity, but I think that you do that once you've already invested. So this is what a lot of rich people say, is that you want your whatever money you're spending for leisure to come from income producing assets. Meaning, you don't want to take your hard earned money and buy and spend for leisure. You want to use that to invest in an asset that makes money. Okay, anyways, I'll keep this short. So my point is that right now I'm looking to do a house hack. So house hack basically, out of the 3 costs, it will remove my biggest cost. So the top 3 costs in anybody, I think one is the rent, the second one is transport, third one is food. So if I'm able to house hack, I'm able to cancel the rent expense. And
no, house hack, what's house hacking? People staying in your house or what?
house hack. It's you house hack.
I don't know what that is. It's my first time hearing that concept or that term or that.
So house hack basically means like you live with other people. So
and then they pay your rent.
They pay your rent, yeah. So instead of you paying rent.
People used to do that in Turkey.
Huh?
People used to do that in Turkey. Let's say I get a 3-bedroom house, and then let's assume it cost 6,000.
Yeah.
Then pretty much I find 2 other people and I charge them 3,000 each. So their rent is gonna be covering my rent, but I'll be the one on the lease, right?
1,000%, yeah. So you can do it that way, and that's why is that important? Because now you've removed your top expense, and you can use that money for leisure or for and imagine, like, it looks like a little, but think about it. Right now, for example, I'm paying $1,000 here, 1,100 for here to rent. If 12 months I rented this place, that means that 12,000 has gone out the window. But if I can capture that 12,000 and somebody else pays that money, that means I can take that 12,000 and I can invest in an asset. And I can do that for 10 years. I would have 120,000 that I would have. For example, right now I've been here for 7 years, right? Approximately 2017, 7 years. So that means 7 years. Imagine how much I've paid in rent for 7 years.
12 times 7.
12 times 7. No, 12 times. So 1,000. Yeah, 12,000 times 7. Sorry, 12,000 times 7. So 84,000. Imagine 84,000. What could I do? 84,000. I could start a fix and flip business and just stop working. I could, like, on top of that, somebody's paying. Like, I wouldn't even have the stress of, like, in case anything happens to me, I still wouldn't be worried about where I have to stay. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do, like to get out of this renting stuff, because one of the biggest expenses is rent, number one, and then the second goes to transport. Transport is because a lot of people finance cars here, and it comes to the same amount of as you're paying rent. So for example, most of the cars you finance is going to cost from $400 to $1,000. So it's almost the same as rent. So if you take that cost to 0, you have another more saving, and you just you can be financially free in a few.
Yes.
In like 2 years, you're gonna be financially free. So meaning, like, let's say you're able to house hack, stay for free. That means all the money you make now you can take it and invest it on, like, buy another property. Let's say a 4-unit property, and then that 4-unit property now it makes like cash flow of like 2,000. Then now you have, on top of you're living free, now you have another property that's making 2,000 times 12. That's how much? About 20,000. So you do that 2-3 times, you're making an average of 40,000 a year, which is almost the same as a person who's going 40 years going to work and making. And then on top of that, when you think about this, when you make 40, because let's say you do that for 2-3 years and you make that extra income, which is like passive, that means you didn't have to work. That means I can stay here, I can do whatever I want, I can travel now, I can go to different cities, I can go to different country without even having to worry about working anymore. And then, and think of this, if a person was, another difference that I get from me to another person is that the other person who's working, the more he works, the more he gets taxed. So if he's making 40,000, he's probably keeping like maybe average like 7,000 on a good saver.
Okay.
Or if not, like if you're making 40,000, most of that goes to rent, or if you're owning a house, mortgage, and then another part goes to transport, another part goes to food, another part goes to utilities, Netflix, and whatever. And at the end of the day, for 40 years, you maybe saved like very little money, or for 10 years. So yeah, man. So I'm really looking at this right now. I'm looking at deals that I can get into. If it means maybe moving from San Francisco, I might, but I want to at least, because I have the fund to get started, and that will help me save the 10,000. Like right now, I'm spending 12,000 a year, almost 13,000 a year. I'll be able to save that, and on top of that, I'll be able to not have to worry about renting, about the money for renting. And on top of that, I can also make money. Like it doesn't know. Sometimes you can, if you got a good deal, you can be on top of the finances. Who are you texting?
Makes sense.
Who are you texting, Phil?
Well, I was responding to my mom's text. She said, did the guy come back? I said yes.
Okay. Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. It really makes sense.
I mean, if I was, I mean, when
now, are you ready to leave San Francisco? That's the question.
I'm not, but.
I mean, if it makes sense on the. So, are you going to be like a lease, not lease, but like how are you going to purchase it on Sub2? Are you going to purchase it cash, or you also purchase it on, what is it called? Lease purchase. Is it lease purchase where you pay the rental to a certain amount, and then how are you going to purchase it as a tenant, or you just be the owner? Or you just rent it out? Because you said there's other ways to do it. So now you said you have the money to do it. So now, what way are you going to do it? Because now you're checking in Sub2. So what's the correlation with Sub2 if you can just go to a general person and say, look, I want to rent out the house. Why do you need Sub2?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, but I don't know. So one thing, let me mention this before I answer that. You, when you come here, if I was me coming here, this is my advice I'm trying to teach you. Even the guy who we talked to, Khalifa's friend last time, was helping you with the visa. I was trying to get him into the same thing because he has like a VA. He has a VA.
Okay.
VA credits. So he can buy a house without any money. VAs can buy a house without putting any money down. So they just go, look at the house they want, they get a loan right away. I was trying to tell him, like, if for anybody who comes to the US, who comes to talk to me first thing I'm going to tell them is to go and house hack. Unless you have like a kid, even if you have kids, just go and house hack, because you can find like three. So in US there's a law or rule or whatever that says that you can buy a 2 to 4 unit property. So when you go to 5, it's a different class, but up to 4 units, you're able to buy a 4 unit property using homeowners loans. Why is that homeowners loan important? Because homeowner loans are usually, you can put 0 down if you're a VA, like Khalifa's friend, the guy who was helping out on passport, or any other person can put 3% down on those loans. So, for example, like you can put 3% down and get a house that has 4 units. So that's the first thing I would tell anybody. If you come to the US, if you, let's say I don't know, you're probably going to come without any money, but after some time, if you, any amount you make, because the first thing you're going to do is lose your equity or your money you're making every day to work, going to the rent.
Okay.
That's the first thing I would do, is like, if you're able to get a VA loan, go for it. Like Khalifa's friend, I'm trying, the first time I talked to him last time, I think the last time it was like 2 months or 3 months ago, we had this conversation, but at that point I knew it exactly in details, but I didn't really
understand it to explain.
Oh yeah, it was the first time I was kind of like very hyped about it. So now it's like really ingrained in me. I would tell them to really go and first start with getting a VA loan. If you have a VA loan, because VA loan, you put 0 money and you can get 4 units. What is that? Why is that important? Okay, because you asked me another question which I'm about to answer together. So why don't you just go and rent and then instead of owning a house? There's 2 things. When you own, like, let's say a 4 unit property, that means if you there's two ways to do it. So you can own like a single house without units, you know. That means you're gonna be living, your tenants are gonna be your housemates. But if you own a 4-unit property, that means you're having like a different entrance, different houses, but in the same complex. It's almost like a little.
It's
mini
like yours,
apartment.
yeah. Kind of like it's yours, huh?
Yeah, but it's almost like a mini apartment. That means you have privacy. You have a little bit of privacy.
Yeah.
So you don't share like kitchen and stuff like that, different kitchen and stuff like that. Why that helps? Because right at that point, if you're immigrant or anybody else who's coming into the US, that means you have eliminated that cost, because all the 3 units, they'll pay for your rent, and then on top of that, you'll be making like maybe $300 or $500 a month cash flow. Now, the important thing in comparison to rent, because when you go and rent, first of all, you want to make the cash flow that will go to the landlord. If there's any cash flow, and then on top of that, there's something called equity, which you'll be building up. So every time, it's almost like a deposit, like a safe deposit that you put money every month. That's how rent is. But right now, if you're renting, you're putting, let's say my 12,000 that I'm putting it onto the bank of the owner and the loan guys. It's not really going into my pocket. But when I own the house, any money I pay or is paid by the renters, it's really money coming back into my pocket. I'm building equity. And in a couple of years, you can actually refinance. Take that, like if you go to 7 years, usually about at 7 years point, you are able to refinance and take some of the money out and use it to buy other projects. So that's the advantage. And you always own the house. That's another thing too. Nobody can tell you anything. And renting, the owner can just decide, hey, today we have new rules. We don't like black people no more. No more fear.
Yeah, no, you don't.
No, but I'm joking. Those are fair housing laws. It'll never happen. I'm just joking. But if they do any laws, they decide to change, they can increase the rent, you know. So the landlord every year is supposed to usually increase 5% rent. So if you're a renter, that means you're paying more. But if you're a landlord, that means you're earning more when the rent increases.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, when you come here, the first thing you should do, I mean, if you have the capability, because I know you're not gonna have the capability of owning a house, the first thing you should do is to look for a house hack situation. That's this is the mistake I did right now, and it opened my eyes, because currently I'm like the person who I'm renting from is house hacking from me, and it's not paying any rent, and it's like.
So you realize I'm the one.
God damn.
Yeah.
And I'm actually.
How did you figure it out? So the lease contract, or how did you figure it out?
Man, one day, this is bad. It's not bad, but I'm the person probably paying the most. I think so. And then the previous house I was paying the least. So why I realized
you felt like you've been played, huh?
yeah, it happened. I think the mail. So we have a mailbox, and the mailbox I usually it's kind of close to my door, so I usually like distribute it. And I saw the mailbox, and opening the mailbox, I saw the total rent, and it was almost like most of it was, coming
Covered
from
by you.
Yeah, so I was like, and we have 3, so we are like 4 of us. So I was like, damn, okay, like I gotta get out of this. And what I'm paying is not like excessive. It's what everybody else pays. It's just that the fact that if you're able to house hack, then you get covered by others.
True.
Yeah. So the first thing when you come here, man, just don't. If you do that, it's just on you. I would say I advised you. I told you. So.
Yeah, no, thanks for the heads up. I know about that stuff because I do it in Turkey as well. But obviously, for you to get to that position, you need to know the systems. Like, you need to know that you can't just come there and if you don't have someone like you to advise, like there's no way.
But you right now, anything it's.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, it's kind of easier because now you've told me. But you can never blame yourself because you could never have known it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's why you say like knowledge is power, because when you know stuff, then you can act on it. If I would have looked for the knowledge, I would have found it. It's not like it was hidden, but I just didn't know it. So
yeah, I get you.
Yeah, you should come and find a house hack, man. House hack, live with some friends. I mean, if you're making money. So me, the thing that I'm looking to do right now, exactly right now, is if I'm able to, let's say, invest and find a house hack that will cover my mortgage and be able to pay back the money that I invested, I can start doing the same thing and moving from city to city. So I'll go find one in a certain city, stabilize it, and then just be traveling and moving to another city, stabilize another one.
Each of them is paying for rent, kinda. Huh?
Yeah.
And they're getting some money. I get you.
Yeah, and now I have freedom to like travel and do other stuff, and I don't have to worry about like rent.
And work on the business. Actually, you can even have more time to work on the business.
True.
You don't be worried like, hey, I need to make X amount to cover my rent and blah blah blah. All those things are already covered anyways, huh?
1,000%. Yeah, and when I get just like we're able to get onto the deals on this side, I would definitely like leave this whole driving stuff. Because if I'm able to consistently making deals, that means I don't need to exactly be in something. Because some instances, the only reason I'm stuck is because one is that the money I have to work, and my cars are here, so I have to drive. I have to be locally here. If I go to other cities, I'm not sure if the driving is going to be the same amount of money. Maybe I'll need to work more, and that kind of this stabilization.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once I get an online,
they probably even pay more with the tips and everything over there because people are a bit, have a bit more money, Huh?
Yeah, true. And I don't have to work too many hours, so that also helps on this side. But I looked at it. I mean, yeah. So that's what is keeping me here. So if I'm able to find like an online job, say paying the same amount of money, there's no need for me to. I lost. I'm gonna be here for sure. Like even if I go wherever I go, I'm gonna still come back here. This is my home.
You still have some assets tied there, some stuff tied.
Not really. Even if I don't have any assets, even if I sell everything, San Francisco is a place for me. Like I just chose it because of tech, and that's where I want to be. But I want to have the option. Like today, I want to go to like Chicago and stay there for 2 months. I can do that. Go to Florida and stay for a couple of months. I can do that, and I want to do that through house hacking. Yeah. Anyways, man, that's it, bro. So I'm looking at a couple of deals right now and starting to see if they work.
Makes sense, bro.
Yo, hold